Okay, gang, the longer we trade sideways here and not go up here and put in a quick, brief new high, the weaker the market becomes, I do believe. I know you could say that it's a bull flag when you're trading sideways like that, but I don't really think so here on the daily. As you can clearly see, we are getting to that stage where we will soon roll over, I do believe. This reminds me of earlier, I won't say earlier this year, last year I should say, when around this same time period the market actually, it's not shown on this chart here, it is I think it was this time period right here in April of last year, and we chopped around for 1, 2, 3 weeks, 4 if you count that one, but it was just a really long drawn out topping phase. Wish I could see that here on the daily, but it had a lot of these moves like this. Then it had a down day, an up day, a bigger down day and an up day, and kind of like this, as it basically falled itself to the point to where it wore out all the bears and the bulls. And this very well could be what the market is experiencing right now. I don't think it'll go that long, but I don't know. I just don't know. I really kind of thought that today, with Bernanke speaking, that they could have popped it up here and put in that new high, but I guess they are trying to get more bulls long and more bears short. They're trying to get more people in the market, and they're going to trick them both in the end with a quick move up and then a sell-off. That's what I'm thinking. Now, the other alternative, I guess, could be a sell-off first, and then you put in that inverted head and shoulders, right shoulder pattern. It could break down, sell off first, and then run back up and run to that 138.83 SPY print, about 1388 on the on this. So either way, we're getting into that time period where there's going to be some wild swings. You can just see it here on the 60-minute chart. It tried all day to work its way back positive, and in the end it failed. So, you know, what about tomorrow? You know, if you draw a line there, you could say you're putting in a positive divergence. But you know, I said in the video for yesterday's video for today that we could go all the way down here to 0 before we curl back up. Is what I was thinking. We didn't even go down that far, but maybe we do it tomorrow. It's hard to say. But I do think that we're going to break here at some point, and I really, really think that the longer they trade this thing sideways, the more likely we are going to run up here and clear out these stops. And that means a higher high. And if it's a quick one, then you know, it's shortable, and you should, that's your best shorting opportunity. So tomorrow looks like another good possible day for that to happen with the 60-minute chart. With this positive divergence. Will it happen tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. They could push this all the way out till Thursday or Friday. Maybe they push it out to Friday and trade it sideways all week, and this just goes up, down, and really goes nowhere. This light volume, they have total control of this, and these charts are easily to manipulate. They can let it, they can hold. That's the frustrating part about this, is they can hold the market in this range that they are holding it in this 1332 range that's been hit repeated times. They can hold it in this range all week long as this chart runs up and gets oversold, runs down, runs up and gets overbought, runs down and gets oversold, back and forth, back and forth. They can do it all week long if they want to. They're in total control of this market. So unless we have a catalyst to cause a sell-off, it's going to be hard pressed to get one right now. And so I still think it's coming. I don't know about the fake print, the 138.86 on the SPY. Again, which again is 1388 approximately on the SPX. I don't know if we're going to get up there on this before we do this right shoulder. It's possible. I guess I could chop this sideways instead of breaking down. I could just run straight up. Go ahead and get that 1388 out of the way. I'd love to see it, but personally, I'm more inclined to think that they're going to break, go down here and put in a right shoulder, and then back up. So I just don't know which one's going to happen. So basically, there really wasn't much point doing this video. I just did it just to let you know that I'm in limbo here too. I don't know which way the market's going to go. As far as looking at the charts, with the low volume, you really can't get the market to move to the downside. Until the volume picks up, it's just going to be easily controlled by the feds. And no matter what, if this gets overbought or oversold, they're keeping it range bound in this small range. So I guess for anybody that's a day trader and wants to short here and buy here, short here and buy here, this could last another 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I just don't know the answer to this. But the pattern looks very, very similar to what we had last April, where we had, I think we had almost, it seemed like we had almost 10 days or 12. I can't really remember how many days we had like this, but it's almost 2 weeks of garbage like this. Drove you absolutely nuts. I mean, so I don't think it's going to go that far, but we just don't know. We just don't. As you can see here, the ADX line here is diving, losing strength to both bulls and bears. So neither one of them has any strength right now. They're both just waiting, I guess, for a catalyst, either something to propel us upwards or something to propel us downwards. My thinking is we will go up first. You're just so close to this. After day after day after day of holding it there, I think at one point they will go up and clear out all the bears that went short during these days. The more they get on board is actually the worst part, because that means it's easier for them to squeeze these bears up higher and actually not just take out this, but just keep on going. And that's a bad thing for the bears. So if they keep on going, then we're going to that fake print. And, you know, it's very possible. I won't rule that out. Weekly chart really isn't giving us much help. It's, you know, looking at like a very close to a double top basically. And it's not really telling me a lot right now at this point. We're only 2 days in on the weekly. It's curling up, and they could roll back over too. So, okay, well, that's about all I got, folks. I really don't know what to tell you here. We're kind of in no man's land until we get a clear break, either up to the upside that puts in a nice topping tail, something we can short, or a break to the downside, and then wait for a quick back test. And it should only happen once. Usually we just have that one back test the very first day that it gaps down. That's what I've noticed, and then it just kind of falls the whole time. So it's like here, for example, this one right here. We look at this on the 30-minute chart, that same pattern, which is it here? No, it looks like it's off the chart right here. Well, bummer. Okay, look at it back here on this again. To catch this whole move, it would have been difficult to catch it. You could have shorted it here, think it's going to break, and it didn't, and it went higher. You shorted it there, and it didn't, and it went higher. It just kept frustrating you to death as it just kept going higher and higher. But when it finally did break, your best opportunity was when this went gap down and broke that first day in the morning, and clearly broke it, and you knew it was going to be a down day. It did run up for this one candle early on, if I recall. If I'm reading this right, it went up and to close that gap, basically, if I'm not mistaken. And then you could have got short right here and rode it all the way down to here. Of course, you wouldn't have known. You might have sold here or here. It's hard to say, but you would have cut the majority of this nice wave 3 right here in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave pattern. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So if I see a big move down, then I'd like to see it run back up and try to fill the gap or get close to it. That would be my ideal shorting spot, and for a nice move down. Alright guys, that's it. Sorry I can't give you any more info. We just have to take this day by day. It's just a guessing game at this point. Throw some darts on the board and hope you score some points. That's it. See you on the blog. And don't forget, by the way, guys, to continue taking the poll right here on the blog. In case those of you who have not, it's right here on the right side. And I got some pretty good amount of people here that did, but 34 really. Considering 1,000 to 2,000 people read the blog, you know, I think I'd get more than 34 of them. You don't have to log in. You don't have to have a Discuss account or anything. Just go over here and vote just to let me know. But it looks like it is loading a little faster. So, okay, guys, that is it. Thank you very much.